Hello everyone. So I have the KDG hand grip strengtheners, and these come as a pair. There's two in a box. It says 2 in 1. So you get 2 in a box, and you could actually keep a pair in your vehicle. I have a pair in my vehicle. I've kept a pair of these, not these, but I have kept a pair of hand grip squeeze strengtheners in my car for decades. The ones that I had in there, I should say the one that I had in there, finally broke after several decades, and it had a pretty strong tension to it. This one, I really like it because it has from 10 pounds, so if you can't squeeze that hard, you can put this at 10 pounds, and you could use that for something like therapy or warming up your wrist and hands, all the way up to 130 pounds. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get this in there. I hope you can see that. And what you do is you tighten it and loosen it by this up here. So this here right now, we are tightening it. It is coming out. And then if you can see that, I'm turning it in, it's loosening. And there's a counter on here in case you didn't want to count, in case you wanted to use this for a counter. Maybe you're doing high reps and you just had a certain number and you wanted to check it. I'll show you what it looks like. Let me get up close here. So this is the counter. 2, 3, 4. Now what you do is you just grab this here and you turn this the opposite way back to 0. Now if you wanted to, if you had it at higher numbers, you'd push this in. Let me see what I'm doing here. Push this in, and then you can see how it turns all of them. And then you let it loose, and then you just turn this one individually to get it back to 0. There. Okay. Just wanted to show you that. Okay, I did want to mention that they come in 4 colors. There's black, blue, red, and one of the colors says a deep blue. Now I'm colorblind. It maybe it was a deep blue, I'm not sure. And then also I want to point out this is a soft rubber non-slip grip. And there are other ones that I could also put in the link down below that have a higher tension, go up to like 170 some pounds. And they are metal and have a gnarled grip. And a lot of times when you use things with a gnarled grip, like barbells and other things, a lot of times you get real thick, hard calluses on your hands. I try to avoid that because I've had real thick calluses, and a lot of times it's just annoying. I know a chiropractor who would always wear gloves, but because he was talking about when he was doing chiropractor work, his hands would actually stick on people's clothes and snag their clothes because he had such thick calluses, so he'd start wearing gloves so to avoid that. And I think you would avoid that with this grip here. That's another reason I really like it. But I'll put some of the other ones in a link below, so you can take a look at those if you wanted a higher strength, because this one only goes up to 130. The other ones, like I said, go up to, one of them goes up to 150, and another one goes up to, I believe, 170. You can sit here and do sets. Like when I'm in my car, I'll do it different ways. Like I'll be driving and I'll hold it this way, and then maybe I'll hold it this way, and sometimes, I'll squeeze it in or just turn my wrist in while I'm doing it. You could like pinch it, so I might hold my fingers real close to the end, and I'm kind of pinching. Or if I want to crush a grip, maybe just wrap my hands all the way around it, just squeeze it in. Then the other thing I could do is just squeeze and hold, because a lot of times when we're carrying stuff, we're actually holding it, are we not? Like if we're picking up a pot, pan, or some type of item, if we're doing deadlifts, if we're weightlifting, exercising, we're holding the bars. So you might want to turn up the tension a lot if you want a lot of strength. Now, if you're doing it for rehab, you'd want it at the lower level, because, or if you have arthritis, what you want to do is just keep it at probably a 10, because you just want to warm up. Now, I do know some people with arthritis, maybe you do too, and have that weak grip strength, and they're dropping things all the time because they can't hold on to it. If they're willing to work and use this, and if you are, this will help strengthen your grip, help warm it up, and overall health. Now, I have something here that I wanted to read because I pulled it up and I didn't want to miss it. So let me read some of this here, because this talks about the hand grip and what it does for you. So physical and occupational therapy rehabilitation, hand grip strengtheners or softener versions like therapy, they're talking about other things, but it says recovery from injuries. They're used to help patients regain strength, function after injuries or surgery to the hand, wrist, forearm, or even the elbow and shoulder by strengthening the connecting muscles. And it increased the range of motion. Gently exercise help reduce stiffness, increase the mobility of joints in hands and fingers. So it does a lot more than just strengthening the hands. This is good for rehabilitation. And then it says chronic conditions. Hand grip exercises are frequently recommended for people with arthritis. Gentle squeezing, like I had said, gentle squeezing exercises, often same different other exercise equipment also, can help maintain hand function, reduce pain, and lessen stiffness. And if you have arthritis, now I personally don't have it, but I know some people that do, and I know that they're suffering, they're in pain, some of them are taking Tylenol often, so this can help. So I'd give this a try if you are one of them. Unfortunately, this could help you maybe relieve some of that pain, get some of that muscle back. And then carpal tunnel syndrome and tightness, strengthening the forearm and wrist muscles can help stabilize the area and reduce the strain that contributes to these conditions. Then it also says here, which I never really thought about this or knew this, but it kind of makes sense. General health and wellness research has shown that grip strength is a strong indicator of overall health, making improvement medically relevant. Biomarker for overall health. Low grip strength has been linked to an increased risk of functional limitations, disability, cardiovascular issues, and even as a predictor of recovery time after surgery. So I think the recovery time after surgery is the more strength you have, the better you will recover after surgery. So pre-surgery, it would be good to strengthen as much as you can, and I kind of have some experience because I've had a few surgeries, I'll say a few, and strengthening those areas before I had surgery actually helped in the rehabilitation afterwards. And they're also saying things like it could help lower blood pressure. I don't know how well it would do that because I'm more into like, biking or something to do that. But exercise does help lower high blood pressure. But of course, if you're going to use anything like this, consult your doctor. Yeah, I highly recommend these. Like I said, I've been using these forever. I like driving in my car, just like exercising. And then also, if you're in the office, if you have these at your desk, or if you watch TV a lot and you just don't exercise a whole lot, it's good to have something like this beside you. Just pick it up once in a while, do some squeezes each hand, and, do it throughout the day. And later on, who knows, you might start doing other exercises, start eating healthier if you're not already, and improve your life by improving your health. So I'll leave these in the link below. If you like this video, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and like, and don't miss my next video. I'm going to have some other videos of some things that you could do while you're seated, perhaps in the office, watching TV, not in a car. This is probably the only one I would use in a car. And yeah, watch my other video. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later.